Welcome to The Explainer. All right, today we're cracking open the door on the whole world of real estate agency. We're going to break down all the key relationships and responsibilities so you can walk into your next big move feeling totally confident. Okay, so let's just dive right in. This seems like such a simple question, right? But the answer? It's literally the foundation of your entire deal. Figuring out exactly who is in your corner representing your best interests, well, that's the single most important first step you can possibly take. First things first, we gotta get the language right. In any real estate deal, doesn't matter if you're buying or selling, there are three main rules you absolutely have to know. Think of it like knowing the players on the field before the game even starts. So the most important role on the field is the principal. And guess what? That's you. You're the boss, you're the client, you're the one calling the shots. The whole relationship is built to serve your needs and your goals. Next up, you've got your agent. This is the licensed pro you hire, your guide. They're the one who has the authority to act on your behalf. They're basically your expert navigator through all the complexities of the market, the mountain of paperwork, and all the back and forth negotiations. And finally, there's the third party. That's really just a simple way of saying the person on the other side of the table. If you're buying a house, the seller is the third party. If you're selling, the buyer is. Simple as that. Okay, so you know who's who, but how do you actually make it official? How do you hire your agent and lock in that crucial relationship? Well, let me tell you, this is not a handshake deal. It all starts with a very specific, very important contract. And the law is super clear on this, and for good reason. It protects everybody. For example, in a state like California, that relationship must be put down in a written contract. It's called a listing agreement. This single document spells everything out, so there's zero confusion about what the job is. Now, this is where it gets really interesting because you've got options. You have the open listing, which is basically a free-for-all for any agent. Then there's the exclusive agency, which lets you find a buyer and not pay a commission. But by far the most common is the exclusive right to sell. This one guarantees your agent gets paid no matter who finds the buyer. And honestly, it's the most popular for a reason. It means your agent is 100% committed to marketing your property. But signing that agreement, it goes way deeper than just paperwork and marketing plans. When you put your name on that line, you are creating a special legal bond of trust. And that bond, it comes with some very, very serious rules. Okay, this right here, this is the heart of the whole thing. The word is fiduciary. It's a legal term that means your agent owes you the absolute highest standard of care, honesty, and loyalty. They are legally required to put your interests above everyone else's, and that includes their own. So what does this fiduciary duty actually look like in the real world? Well, it means total transparency. They have to tell you everything they know. They can't secretly profit from your deal or use their inside knowledge for their own gain without your permission. It's all about one thing: complete and total loyalty to you. And this duty has actually evolved over time. There was this huge court case, Easton versus Strasburger, and it totally changed the game. Before, an agent just had to tell you what they knew. But now they have an active duty to do a careful visual inspection and point out any red flags that might affect the property's value. That shift gives buyers a massive layer of protection. And this is the formal process that came out of that whole thing, the Transfer Disclosure Statement, or TDS. It's like a critical pre-flight checklist for a house. The seller fills it out, the seller's agent inspects and signs, the buyer gets it before making an offer, and then the buyer's agent does their own inspection and signs. It's a whole system designed for maximum transparency. Okay, let's switch gears and talk about the part everyone's always curious about. How does your agent actually get paid for doing all this work? Well, it all boils down to the commission. So the commission is usually a percentage of the home's final sale price, and it often lands somewhere in this ballpark. But listen, here's the absolute most important thing to remember. The rate is always negotiable. There's no such thing as a standard commission. It's an amount that you and your agent agree on together before you sign anything. All right, here's a little detail that trips a lot of people up. An agent's main job is to bring you a buyer who is ready, willing, and able to buy your home on your terms. Once they've done that, they've technically earned their commission. And that's true even if you, the seller, get cold feet and decide to back out of the deal. So for our last section, let's pull back the curtain a little bit. Your agent, they don't just operate in a vacuum. They work under a licensed broker who has a whole other set of responsibilities to make sure your transaction is safe, legal, and totally by the book. Okay, one of the broker's biggest jobs is handling your money, like that big deposit you put down. They are required by law to keep all client money in a totally separate trust account. Mixing it with their own business or personal cash is called commingling, and let me be clear, that is a serious, serious legal violation. And this is all about accountability, right? For your protection, the broker has to keep a complete file of your entire transaction, every single document, every signature, for a minimum of 3 years after the deal is done. And here's something you might not know about how agents work. Even though they're part of a brokerage, most of them are actually independent contractors. That means they're basically running their own small business. They get to set their own hours, but it also means they're on the hook for their own taxes, their own Social Security, all of it. So there you go. The players, the rules, the legal framework that defines who works for you when you buy or sell a home. Knowing all this stuff empowers you. It lets you ask the right questions, demand the right kind of service, and ultimately pick a guide who is truly 100% going to champion your interests.